Howdy. She's in a giggly mood for some reason.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Howdy.
I'm in a good mood today.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Pipe Bomb Podcast.
It's like we never
This is the
left.
first Pipe Bomb. I know, right? It's the first podcast we've had in a couple of years just because we needed to take a hiatus. I was sick. There was a couple of passings in my family, and Steve had some issues going on, so we took a break. And that was that. And now we back. We might have Jake. That was that, yes. We might have Jake joining us soon, hopefully. It depends. His Wi-Fi is wreaking havoc because we have a snowstorm going on here right now. So forgive the buffering if that does happen.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then we've got...
that, isn't it?
It is. Snowing.
Yes.
Yeah. It just makes everything look pretty. And then I like watching it as it all melts away the next day. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So, just in case you don't realize who is behind Steve, it is Chaewan from Le Seraphim K-pop group.
I can't believe I bought this flag, man. That's crazy.
So
it was a interesting decision. While under the influence one night.
Just in case.
But oh yeah, no, it's not looking good. Oh my. Hello.
Oh.
Did you survive the snowstorm?
Yep. Buffer.
I could hear that.
It has strange stuff, so it's...
This snowstorm is biting. Oh boy. Are you laughing at me? Now I'm here alone. You see what goes on with the snowstorm? And she's going to leave me here alone. Expect me to do this whole thing. I don't even know if we're still live. Like, I don't even know what's going on. She left me here all alone. She's back now.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't even know what's going on over here.
This is our first stream back, so guys, forgive us. And like I said, there's a snowstorm going on right now, and I'm using an old laptop, so it's going to be a bit difficult testing until I can get a new laptop. But yeah, it's one of those nights tonight. Anyways,
okay.
So you just wanted to host days. We are going to be talking about wrestling tonight. I'll let Steve explain something to you. We will be talking about only WWE and probably TNA and stuff, but that's basically going to be about all we're going to be talking about, discussing. It's not going to be huge discussions on all sorts of topics. We're just going to be talking about the week's wrestling and everything else. But we will not be discussing AEW. As we will no longer be watching AEW, and I'm going to pass that to you, Stephen, let you kind of explain why.
Okay, so hopefully the connection stays stable, so I don't explain this for an hour and none of it gets through. But there was something that happened with one of the stars. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to start any controversies, any issues. But some things were said that offended our beliefs. And it happened one week. We kind of let it go. You know, I was like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. And then the next week, they say he said something vulgar to a fan in the crowd. And it was just like, we just can't really condone that anymore. We're trying to escape all the bad, and then they do that to make it even worse than what was already going on in the real world. You know, so I'm just like, I'm not going to deal with that anymore. And we shut the stream off that night, middle of the show. And it's been about a month now. We're just done with that. I have a lot of respect to the stars in the show. I don't have any issue, even with the star himself. I don't have an issue with. I get it. It's just his character, but that's too far.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with Tony Khan. I mean, my problem honestly would be with Tony Khan for just kind of allowing that to be a thing. But I have no issues with any talent. You know, if they want to do their thing, they're successful. That's cool. But I can't lie and say I'm okay with just sitting there listening to it. And we had just been getting back into it. We had taken a break from it because it was kind of stale. We had just been getting back into it, and the storyline was good at the time. It was sounding good. We were having a good time watching it, and then that went down. And I'm like, yeah, we haven't been watching in a long time. It's not like we're gonna feel bad, missing it again. So whatever. I do want to say one last thing though is we won't be discussing it at all, but I don't want the elitism from either side to still have fan wars. I still think that's very annoying. Like the situation. We'll talk about Ricky Starks pretty soon. But say WWE elitists will act like Ricky Starks never existed. Then all of a sudden now it's in WWE best signing ever. Whatever. That's that's the most annoying thing ever. I'm happy that he's here because I've seen him in AEW.
He's an amazing wrestler.
I'm not going to sit there and brag like, "Ha, you suck, you lost his talent," or whatever. That's ridiculous. But we're not watching AEW right now for us being offended reasons, and that's it. That's all there is to it. There's nothing against the talent, nothing against the show, just the current character in that show that's saying these things we just can't handle. If he moves on, he leaves, and that doesn't happen anymore, we may give it a shot. I'm not saying we're just completely blocking it forever, but after that and that being okay and allowed, especially with people of our beliefs in the higher standings and that going on, that's kind of upset me. So we're done with that for now. But anyway, WWE and any other TNA, NXT, even New Japan when that comes up in the conversation, that's totally fine. Any wrestling, give me some backyard chat. I don't care. But the second that you mention something like that and it's very offensive and you mock it, that's just not okay. That's it.
And that's the thing. Like we're not choosing one or over the other, or one's better than the other, or this and that. The other thing. Whatever they sign, they sign. Yeah, but we love the wrestler. Period. Whether they're in AEW or WWE.
Absolutely.
So for us, it's just it is what it is, right? Steve, I don't know if you have Jake on Facebook. I was just wondering if maybe you could try sending him a link. I don't know if you do.
I don't think I do.
Because he's not getting the one I sent, and every time I go on Facebook on the computer, it slows it down. So,
I can try to get there right now and find him and try to send him a request. I guess I could do that real quick.
Yeah, it's under Jake Bestward.
Okay.
His profile picture, my dear, is, I think it's a cat.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a cat that says Harvest Rescue. That's a little kitty picture.
I can go to your friends and just be able to see them there.
I don't know if I have them hidden. Anyway,
you shouldn't because I'm your friend though.
Yeah, that's true. But anyways, that's just the thing. Like, we love the wrestling. We were excited when Cody Rhodes came back to WWE. But what kind of bothered us is what he said about WWE while he was in AEW, and then all of a sudden he was back, and we were like, okay, we don't get it. Like, that's where we kind of got upset a little bit, because we were just like, okay, you shouldn't be doing that, right? And then the fans were like, oh, that's awesome, he's back, we're so excited. But when he was gone, like, oh, Cody sucks and this and that. That's the kind of thing we're not going to be doing.
Yeah, we don't engage. We don't do a fan war thingy on anything that we are interested in. So
so
we understand what these people go through, and we're not going to cause issues because of our whatever we're enjoying more at the time, because that's just silly to us.
Yeah.
I respect if you have a favorite, you have a favorite. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're wrong for your favorite. No, it's just not how it is.
Yeah.
I have there's some like dust on my mouse, and it's making it feel weird.
Ew.
Anyway, keep talking. I'll fix it.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, what we're going to be talking about tonight will be the Royal Rumble and some surprise entrants that we had come in. We'll be talking about this week's Monday Night Raw and NXT. We had a couple surprises there. And whatever else we remember. But next week we'll be more prepared. This is more of the hi, we're back type thing. And we wanted to let you know that this will be happening every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you're on Central, right, Steve?
Correct.
Yeah, so it'll be 7 o'clock Central Time. And 5 hours after 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 in the morning, I guess, 1 or 2 in the morning, UK time, unfortunately. So unless you're up, it's just, this is the time that worked better for us. So if you're able to join us, you're able to join us each week. It'll be great to have you.
It worked out us not watching AEW because the AEW time became our stream time. So
yeah, exactly.
That was just a mutual time that just works out, ironically.
Yeah, that's probably where most of them are right now.
I sent him a friend request. It was a cat, and it said mutual friend. So
yeah, I told him you were sending it, so he might accept it there. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna talk about too is the future plans we have for this podcast. And stuff like that. And I'll also remind you that every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have a trivia live. It's fun. We just do it for fun. There's no prizes or nothing. You get a screenshotted shout out if you come in the top 3. But it's something to break up your day and, put a little smile on your face. We have a good laugh and everything else. And yeah. So that's that for me. Steve is also going to be getting back into his reaction channel. I might do a few with him, just depends. But he does react to K-pop videos, and we have a lot coming out this year. So that's
going to be a
busy
busy mess coming up, starting with actually Friday, which I think will be the starter of it for when I start.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot. So.
Yeah, so it'll be good. So why don't we get started while we're waiting for Jake? Because unfortunately, the link I sent didn't go through, and every time I try and open more than one browser,
I'm not sure if it's going to get him in here, but I did send him in.
Okay, I'll see him if he pops up at the bottom. But yeah, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the Royal Rumble, which is one of our favorite pay-per-views. Which was fantastic. I enjoyed it. The only thing that really bothered me is all the spoilers and everybody going, I'm in. So it kind of didn't leave a lot of room for surprise entrance.
That was, yeah, that's a good fair call. Yeah, no, the problem with the Rumble now is that you'll get about 25 of the 30 members of each side already announced. Just like I'm in. I'm declaring myself. I'm in. What happened to people when we did our My GM back in the day? What happened to 2 people 1-on-1 and then that person got a better number and all that? What I'm just in whatever. They don't even do the spin thing like an NBA anymore.
Yeah, I miss that. I think a lot of it was when they had the drum, like you said, the spinner. It was at random. They went in and they picked their number, and they only drew maybe 10 out of the 30.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So everybody else was a surprise, technically. But you could tell there were certain people like this. We knew Seth was going to try and be in it. We knew Punk was going to be in it. We knew, and it was just, it kind of didn't leave a lot, especially the men's. The women's, there was more surprises than there was in the men's. So
I've got the list. So if you need me to we'll talk one at a time, but I have the list here.
Okay. So we'll talk about the men's first.
Okay.
Obviously, because that's the one I was addressing. There wasn't that many surprises. But the biggest surprise for me was AJ Styles, as well as you. We were shocked. We're glad he's back because he's been gone for how long now? Almost 2 years because of his injury.
It's been at least one, yeah.
And he did explain the other night that his injury was almost career ending, which would have been a huge thing because of his age and everything else. We know he's going to retire soon,
of his age,
but
Styles.
Yeah, AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
But yeah, so
the start of the Rumble, the start of the Men's Rumble was actually a shock. So we got the Rey Mysterio Classic starting at 1, but we also got Pentagon. We got Penta starting at 2. That was an exciting start. The two, iconic luchadors finally going at it. That was cool. I was glad to see Penta finally getting like a big stage in WWE. It's still so surprising that Penta's there. He's so good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready to say he's better than Rey Mysterio, but like it's hard, It's hard with the age comparison, but like it was such a sweet start to the Rumble, and I can't really say Penta was a surprise entry.
No,
but them starting was a surprise for sure.
Well, because they showed it on the Monday Night Raw. They showed the light up, like a neon sign thing, and we all went, "That's Penta."
Yeah,
and Penta was AEW, and we're like, "That's Penta. Penta's coming to WWE. Are you kidding me?" Like, we were so excited.
Yep.
But it was a giveaway,
right?
So. And then he ended up showing
our reaction was still crazy when he was in the second on the Rumble. But could you imagine if he hadn't debuted yet, and they never teased him, and all of a sudden Penta's just there? That would have been astronomical. Hello.
Yeah. Hi. How you doing?
That would have been
doing good. Welcome.
Yep. And this is Jake.
How you doing?
This is our buddy Jake, who also watches wrestling, and he's got his Bray Wyatt shirt on.
Yeah.
The noise you hear in the background is his fish tank, so don't worry, it's not.
Sorry about that.
Well,
I really don't have I mean, I could turn it off, but then the fish wouldn't be exactly okay with that. So, I mean,
living. Something
snake.
I just want people to know what it is.
Something Jake, something snake. I'm ready to do this thing. Let's get in there. We were just discussing the beginning of the Men's Rumble. How it was Penta and Rey. Now, it would have been astronomical, like I was saying, the reaction, because we already freaked out at being Rey and Penta start.
Oh, yeah.
But if they had never teased Penta, if it had never been rumored, if the shop never said the day before he debuted that there was merch in the shop for him, that was the crazy thing. And if his debut was number 2, and that would have been that would have been the whole Rumble, right?
Yes.
But
you guys want me to put some headphones on?
That would have been, yeah.
If you want,
you can if you want.
All right.
Works.
As for the first actual surprise entry,
oh god, no,
would have been IShowSpeed, Speed, right?
Can y'all hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, you sound good.
Oh,
okay, good, perfect.
Yes, we can hear you.
So there's no there's less background noise. Or just none, or what?
Dude, I'm freaking out. You look like Josh Allen. Man looks like Josh Allen from the Bills. What's going on?
I know, right?
Oh my goodness,
I know.
man.
It's kind of scary.
We gotta wrap this up, or he starts crying to the refs. Oh my goodness, man!
Clearly, it was a foul. Clearly, it was a foul.
He tapped my shoulder, ref.
He clearly. Oh man, it was clearly unsportsmanlike, obviously.
Oh my goodness. But no, so the first entry
in the nose.
For the first actual surprise was Speed. I was wondering if he was, because he was there. We already knew he was. I was wondering if he'd actually show. And Tozawa getting beat up and all that. Here comes Speed. Dude get the swing, and the whole crowd does it. That's crazy. Does a flip. He actually eliminates Otis, which was pretty crazy. He helped break elimination.
That was cool.
And then proceeded to get ran over by a train of a man that is a Steiner.
Cut in half.
And after that, he gets thrown into Otis, gets back suplex onto a table, cuts his leg open. I don't know if you guys saw the nasty piece.
Yeah.
It's like a rectangle cut in his leg from the table because the blade of the table.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I don't think he was selling when he was like all daisy. I think he actually was having a near death experience after that spear. I don't think Braun meant to hit him so hard, but he.
I imagine seeing a freight train bounce off two ropes coming towards you is probably going to give you a near life. It's going to give you a view of your full life.
Breaker does he does it so effortlessly too.
Yeah, ooh.
He took like 3 steps and he was going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah,
like,
easy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What is it they say? He can go like 22 or something like that? Like 22 miles per hour or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
he ran
crazy.
like the dash. I forgot. He had some like crazy like wide receiver speed, which would have been like he could have been like a top star tight end in the NFL.
Oh yeah, I
believe that he has.
Yeah.
He is insanely and he's huge, dude. Like everyone talks like Kelsey and Andrews and Gronk, dude. Braun could have been like a star, but oh my god, that's just what makes him so good. And the WWE though,
it's the scary part is he's like the weird mixture of two things. He's incredibly fast, he's incredibly athletic, and he's incredibly strong, right? Yeah. And it's just that's like a perfect mixture sort of for what we're looking for, I guess.
Seeing this giant dude just jump up and Frankenstein like it's nothing, like that
not
is
only
terrifying.
That, like from ground to top rope too. It's not even like it's crazy.
Dude, that dude's got ups, man. He's wearing them J's.
You got to pump him up like
dude. He's got them things aired up.
He's got to pump him up like what's his name?
I mean, the thing was.
Cena, yeah.
But the thing was, like, we see Speed in the back, and Steve and I had seen on Instagram where Triple H called Speed and said, "Hey, you want to come to the Royal Rumble?" He's like, "Dude, I'm there." Yeah, well, he was on a plane. He's like, "Dude, I'm there. No matter what you name it, I'm there." So we kind of thought he was just going to be at ringside, but the fact
just some kind of appearance, maybe with Logan Paul or something.
I mean, Kai was at ringside.
Yeah, right. And they actually got an actual verbal confrontation, which was interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting because he straight up talked to he talked to Logan and was like, "Yo, you ripped up some kid's poster," and then Logan was like, "No, I didn't." And he was like, "Yes, you did. Literally, it's all over the internet."
Yeah. it got kind of actually bad, surprisingly.
Yeah, exactly. You know it. Yeah. I just want to say hi, Noel. How are you? He's in the chat. Our obsessed with horror friend.
Ooh, hey, how are you? My kind of person. I like that.
I honestly thought he was going to have some kind of like interference to help Logan Paul and then end up screwing Logan Paul by accident. I didn't expect him to get
I was hoping for that.
That was very shocking. He got more. He probably did more than Tozawa ever would have. So,
I mean, I feel like it sucks though because Tozawa was a good wrestler at one point, and then what happened?
But I think he's. Go ahead. Well, I think he's more there to help the younger guys get over now because he's had his day in the sun.
And he's doing what R-Truth is, except he's not winning.
Yeah. R-Truth's
yeah, exactly. And it's like Natalia's doing the same and stuff. They're trying to train the younger generation. Like even on that new show that they have coming out where they're training people and everything else, they're showing it each week and everything else. Natalia is a coach. And she's been a coach on countless times for young people. Yeah. Okay. So for that I think that's the main reason that like guys like Tozawa, and of course Steve was totally blown away at how good Tozawa's English is.
That freaked me out when I met him at SummerSlam. Because you hear him talking with the Japanese accent, you know, you got Asuka with the bad accent, you got Io with the bad. So I was expecting the same because when he talks like that, I go and I dap up Otis, you know, and I do the and like voice crack and make Maxine laugh at me. You know, it was a good time. And then Tozawa was just like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And I'm like, "What?" Like, who was that? I'm looking around. I thought that was the bodyguard. I was like, "Who is that?"
He's expecting konnichiwa, and he gets
Arigato. It's just it's good. It's like what?
I have a Japanese best friend in Discord, and it was like konnichiwa every time I talk to him, and I was expecting the same thing. And he's like, "Yeah, I know what's up, dude." I'm like. I'm looking around like, who was that?
It reminds me of the kind of thing of like when you come across somebody like Finn Balor as well. Like they definitely
he's a bad fodder.
Yeah, he's a bad fodder. He's interesting though because he's kind of the same way. I've seen some fan interactions with him. He usually has like that. He puts on like the heavy accent when he's in the ring or when he's doing a backstage segment, usually with like the Judgment Day as of recent. But then, like, when you
Mm.
talk to him in person, he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" It's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
you're not the same guy.
It was like discovering Rick Grimes was British to me. Like
Yeah.
that's when my life
Yeah.
started changing.
Yeah, that's so weird, right?
I was like, wait, my life's a lie, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who needs AI to lie to you?
Yeah,
I got real life.
That's like hearing that the
Yeah,
Undertaker
yeah,
doesn't have
exactly.
like a deep gravelly voice. It's like, whoa,
Oh yeah, he's just a regular dude from Texas.
he's
Like,
just
yeah,
a guy.
He's just a guy from Texas that
Yeah.
eats wings and
Yeah.
barbecues. Yeah. that's just-
He's not
Uh,
rest in peace. He's, hey, how you doing? You know, like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm Mark Calloway, dude.
It just
Yeah, it's like, all
Hey, how
right.
you doing?
Yeah.
Whoa.
sure you are.
Sure you are. Yeah,
You're
yeah,
Mark
okay,
Calloway
uh-huh,
and-
yeah. Uh-huh.
Mhm. My whole life is
Respect to
a lie.
him for back in the day keeping the character even in public before
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He
dude,
was
yeah,
damn good at
absolutely.
it
he
too.
refused to let people know who he
Ooh.
was for like 30 years. So I gotta give
Yeah.
him credit. Now
It's
he
the
just
same
lets
thing-
the gut out, eats the wings, has
Yeah.
the cat backwards. He don't care now. But
Yeah,
He's
that's
showing the
it.
bald spot. You know, it's all good.
Yeah.
he's one of us, man.
He's
That's
there
all.
Yeah.
just to support Rhea Ripley. That's all it is, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But let's move on a bit. Like
Yep.
we
Yeah.
said, the next surprise that we had was AJ Styles. Now
Mm.
him coming out, that blew me away because as I was saying at the beginning, he's been gone for about 2 years. It was almost, and he was saying the other night, it was almost a a career-ending
Whoa.
injury.
That was
Right?
speed getting
I
away.
know.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Edge like.
But it was almost a
Oof.
career-ending injury for him.
Yeah.
And we already know his career is coming close to where he needs to retire,
Mm.
but
Mm.
he's not ready yet.
No.
You know, so seeing him come back, that was fantastic, even if he did get eliminated.
True.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry did
So-
come and say his name and he'll appear.
He did.
Now,
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe in Joe
Okay.
Hendry. Okay.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I
Okay.
do too.
It's always cool to me, and it started with Mickey a few years ago, Mickey James. But always seeing TNA champions wearing the belt coming out is always so weird to me in the Rumbles. I love seeing
Right?
that.
Yeah, it's
I love seeing that.
different promotion, but then again, you know, like it's just cool to see that like it's like you don't have to be limited to one space in order to win a championship.
It's really weird to me
Hmm.
because we were talking about earlier that we're not really going to talk about AEW, but to talk about AEW is to see them working with TNA, but then WWE works with TNA, but they're like still like on like TNA's in the middle of two companies, kind of like not looking at each other. It's really weird. It's
Yeah.
like they're sticking their hands through each other's door, but like TNA's the middle, and it's really weird how
Yeah.
that's going on. But
Yeah.
Joe Hendry didn't last that long. He got Roman Reigns, but it's
big elimination still.
it's cool. Yeah, true. It's good to see the reaction to that.
Yeah.
It was
Well, I mean, CM Punk got eliminated too. I was shocked to see him get eliminated when he did. I expected him to last a little bit longer.
him
And then you had other
Roman
people,
got
like-
eliminated right together, and
Yeah.
they got eliminated together by Logan, right?
Yeah.
Which, listen, I'm
Okay,
like the only Logan Paul supporter that you're ever gonna find. All right,
No,
So,
I am too.
you support him now.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
can't
No, I
look
did
past it.
before.
Okay.
Well, the reason I support him in the sense, and I always kind of have, but you got to figure the amount of work that goes into the training and everything else that they have to do day after day after day, month after month. So he's been training for quite some time, and he actually pulls off, especially his frog splash is fantastic. The moves he pulls off, he does them really, really well. Yeah,
Now-
he got injured, but it was after quite some time and stuff like that, right?
I'm not trying to
that's
take away
kinda why I
from-
support him. He's really good at it.
Yeah. I'm not trying to take away from like the idea that
Yeah.
he's a good wrestler. There's a lot of stuff he can do as a wrestler, which I find rather
Mhm.
impressive. But it's just, I don't know, it's just something about the
Yeah.
way that he's been doing this outside of wrestling and sort of just in the social media side of things. I understand he's a heel, but when you live up
Right.
to that sort of standard outside of the ring, like usually people like you see like a heel that like somebody turns heel and they're like, oh, like this is who I am now. Like, oh, I'm a jerk outside of the ring. But he's made decisions
Yeah.
before he even turned heel that's made him look like a heel. So I can't support those decisions.
He's going to be another Miz.
Oh yeah,
No, like
So-
I don't support some of the stupid stuff he's done in the past. I don't either.
exactly.
But,
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like
I
his.
think he
yeah.
could be another Miz.
Yeah.
Something that
Yeah,
helped me,
Steve, go ahead.
So it was the hard work and dedication that to work off the debts and the issues. The story he had, he has his podcast show. He had the Undertaker, I believe it was the Undertaker on his episode.
Mm.
He addressed the forest. I'm not going to say the first word, but everyone knows about the
Yes.
forest, and I'm sure that's
The
why
Okigahara.
that's why I didn't like him either.
Mm.
But he says that he was good
Yeah.
friends with The Rock at the time, and he lost his friendship with The Rock. He got pretty much banned from Japan for like 15 years after that.
Oof.
He's been working his butt off, and he got in tears talking to Taker about this. He addressed it and how he's been trying to work his way from that for years, every day,
Yeah.
and he still regrets it every day of his life. And when he talked about it, I got emotional. I know I was watching it with
Yeah.
Vicky. I'm like, man, he really
Yeah.
is sorry for that, and so now he's trying to work that debt off. That hard work has got me back.
Yeah.
I don't like some of the stuff he does, but at least the respect of him trying to be a
Yeah.
better person, that hits me in a personal way. So I can,
Yeah.
because everyone makes mistakes, and so I can respect that part of him. And his heel work is phenomenal because he's already a douchebag just
Yeah.
looking at him. So just looking like a doucher, you're gonna pull off the doucher look, and that's why Miz has always been
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he just looks
Yeah.
like a doucher.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Very
It's not
punchable.
just that though. It's like it's not just that incident. We'll just perform it
it's
as
definitely an
the
incident.
incident.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, he was
um,
a bit of a wild child, you know.
He's
Yeah.
been a crazy up and down
I think it was like his
Charlie Sheen life.
yeah his stuff with like when he worked with his brother Jake for a while.
Right.
Who I blatantly want to say
Yeah.
this: Jake's an idiot. All right, that's just
100%,
what I'm gonna
yeah.
say.
100%.
He's an idiot, and
I'm
that's
going for Logan in that fight.
all there
trust
is
me.
to it. Yeah, I honestly, I'm indifferent. I don't care either way, but I do want to see Jake Paul get.
Paul's going to get devoured, and that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
that's exactly it. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a Paul on the mat.
Paul will be on the
That's
mat.
all that
Yes,
matters.
you are correct.
Yeah.
But I think it's less
That's
that,
correct.
and it's more what he did with some of the money he earned from WWE that kind of got dumb, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
I think one of the funny ones that definitely did make me laugh a little bit was when he spent, what was it, like $2.6 million on fake Pokemon cards that he found out were actually fake and were actually hockey cards instead.
And then he wore it as a lanyard when he was with The Miz. That was the best
Yeah.
part. He came out with
Yeah.
it. It's
Or
'cause-
when he had that Blue Eyes White Dragon or whatever it was from Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Or the
and like
Charizard.
it's just, I don't know, it just feels like some of the decisions he made in those regards, they could have been better. They definitely could have been.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
it just feels like, I mean, then again, like if I ever like worked for WWE or something like that, I know, grasping at stars here, but
Oh, I
if
could
I
be
ever
Booker of the
worked-
Year, so I
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
me in if you
Steve
get
and I
in first.
together, dude.
Lord,
Yeah.
But if
Oh, dude.
if I ever worked there, like I don't think my first priority would be go for the most expensive thing afterwards, because I mean that just
No.
looks a little bit not desperate but and not needy, but just like it's just like, oh, this is something I want, so I'm gonna get it like immediately.
It's
It just
entitlement,
feels-
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it feels a
is.
bit entitled. It feels like, and also I don't know if you guys have seen it, but on occasion, outside of WWE, he'll be walking around, and he'll try and flaunt
Yeah.
the fact that he was in WWE and is a wrestler now.
Yeah.
And I feel like,
Yeah.
okay, you can say that once, right? You can say that to a group of people once. You can be like, oh yeah, I'm a wrestler now, right? That's cool. That's okay.
Yeah.
Just tell people that. Maybe you're fans or whatever. But don't be like, oh, I can do this because I'm a wrestler now. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. You don't see Undertaker going
We
out
can't.
and stealing a Ferrari because he's the Undertaker. No, like
Yeah.
It
No, but
might
I mean, I do
mysteriously
understand.
disappear,
yeah.
but it's not the
Yeah.
Undertaker's fault.
yeah.
He'll still
Yeah,
have muscle
but
car.
I'm-
It's the Undertaker.
Mm.
That's it, right?
Who's gonna
That's
argue
it.
with them?
Or Triple H like steals daughters and marries them through drive-throughs in Las Vegas. You know,
There.
like- anyway,
This car's mine.
yeah. But
That's
I mean,
good.
the thing is, Jake Paul, he can be a bit of a overbearing, overconfident person, and I get it. But what I look at as the character in the ring for me, where he has really put in that hard work, like Steve said, to try and correct the things he did in the past and work
Living a
solely
new
on
life.
his future now.
Move
Yeah,
on.
he's working on his future. Let's kind of give him the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully, you know,
Mhm.
these future years in his life will be better for him. Moving on from that, we're gonna start talking about the ladies Royal Rumble.
Last
Yes,
comment,
absolutely,
because this
go
is
for it.
big. And this is the same thing with Punk. I'm actually there's been talks that Punk's backstage, no heat other than Rollins, but I don't even know if that's just kayfabe at this point. But like no heat, like
Yeah.
Punk's completely changed person now, and people are saying Paul's got that same
Mm.
respect. He's always asking legends. He's always
Yeah.
talking to people. That's what I like to hear. If he was arrogant, cocky like he
Yeah.
is, it's like just to everyone in
Oh,
the back,
gosh,
I'd be like, yeah,
then-
get him out of here tomorrow. But the
Mm.
fact that he's being respectful, going up to the Miz
Yeah.
for help, going up to
Mm.
whoever the production, Jason Jordan, whoever
Yeah.
else is back there, it's nice. It's nice to hear that in that regard. He's at least being respectful, knowing
Yeah.
his status. He's at least being
Yeah,
respectful.
exactly.
Yeah.
He has enough respect
Alright.
for the people who have been there for years, working hard. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I might become a Logan
So we're gonna move
supporter
on
yet.
to the lady. Yeah, well, you never know. We'll see what his future holds, and we'll keep an eye out. You know.
Mhm.
So moving on to the ladies Royal Rumble, we had quite a few surprises in that.
Mm.
Actually,
Yep, I got the
Mhm.
first one here.
Yep, go for it.
Jada Parker, Miss Parker, Miss Parker. I love me some Miss Parker, some Jada Parker. From NXT.
Yes,
Listen, she
I
isn't my
was
baby.
so happy.
She isn't my baby
Yeah.
girl, but I love me some Miss Parker. She actually, she got eliminated by Jordan Grace, which was, we'll get to that. But seeing this
Yeah.
powerhouse coming in, she's got like that Tamina figure, and I'm all for it. I
Mhm.
love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Mhm.
She was number 16, but this isn't in
Yeah.
order. I guess this is just ranked. But that was Miss
Yeah.
Parker. That she was like the least ranked one, and then the next one after that would be like right here is Lash Legend, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
like me some Lash Legend. I don't like Metaphor, but I do like me some
Nope.
Lash Legend for sure. I was actually pulling
Yeah.
for her when she was going for the
Yeah.
world title in NXT. I was
Yeah.
I was like, let's get it, Lash, but she's
Mm.
big. She's a big old lady. Like
Yeah, she's over.
Jade Cargill, some
She's not
competitive
no
looking
slouch.
lady. Her and Jade Cargill having
Yeah.
a power
Mhm.
slamming
Yeah.
match would be
I would love to
insane.
see her and Raquel Rodriguez go at it. That'd be awesome.
One of
Yes,
my
that would be
favorites.
good. Yeah.
One of my favorites, and I'm not gonna roll the R on this, so you already know who it is. It's Stephanie Baker. Listen, this
Okay.
woman. Whew, let me tell you.
All right.
Wow, Stephanie Vicaria.
me-
I do really like her in-ring style. She is someone to reckon with, I'll tell you.
She came in
Mhm.
24th,
Yeah.
eliminated by Nia Jax, unfortunately. But
Mm.
Jada was one that I didn't say it today. But Chelsea Green, I forgot. Eliminated, or Lash.
Green.
Lash got Chelsea, or Chelsea got Lash. Rather. Sorry, I'm looking at this picture of Stephanie they got. It's a good one, and so
Yeah.
I'm like freaking out over here. Stephanie Baker, crazy work
Yeah.
in NXT so far. I'm loving it. Her and
Yeah.
Julia, which is the next one here. Julia eliminated by my baby Roxanne.
Yep.
The NXT Women's Champion Julia proved herself. She did. She's just kicking everyone in the face.
She,
here. Came out 28th.
wow, yeah.
I don't like that she came
Yeah.
out 28th though, because she didn't last that long for being 28.
Yeah, but
If
I'm
they would have
glad
had
that
Julia
she
at like
did.
20, yeah, true.
Mm.
Why does it say Joe Hendry? Trish Stratus. That's not really a big surprise.
Oh my gosh.
She's here like every year.
No.
So,
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
one isn't that big. That was cool to see her
No.
though, because she still got
Yeah.
the body and the physique for it.
Yeah,
This
Charlotte
one-
Flair was another one
Yeah,
that didn't really
that one's-
surprise me. We kind of had a precursor to her.
Yeah.
they don't even have her ranked on the surprises because everyone knew she was going to be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This one, she took the important 30
Yeah.
spot, Nikki Bella. This one, I wasn't upset with
Yeah.
Nikki Bella because she looked great. Everyone
Yes, she
was
did.
wanting AJ Lee, though. Everyone and their mother was wanting
Yeah.
AJ Lee.
Yeah. I'm kind of
So
with
for
you.
it to be
still
Nikki
do.
Bella, still a shock. I mean, Nikki Bella, like, holy crap. She's
I mean,
back.
yeah, it's Nikki Bella. Like
Mhm.
there's no getting around
Still looks
it.
the same as she did, even,
Yeah.
even after having the kid, right? She had a kid. So
Yeah.
still looks
Yeah.
phenomenal. But she wasn't AJ Lee, so everyone was kind of bummed out that.
I
Um,
wanted to ask what everybody's opinion on Alexa Bliss returning was.
That's actually the
Yeah,
number
we
one
were
spot in
actually
the
just
rankings here.
Oh, is it?
We're getting
Is
to it. Yeah, so this is the
Yeah.
rankings. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Number three,
Yeah.
my personal favorite, who I am awestruck by more than what's
Yep.
behind me, is Roxanne Perez. Oh,
Yeah. I was so
She's-
glad she was there.
my prodigy.
Mm,
Her
Yeah.
coming in second and losing to Charlotte Flair broke me.
mhm,
But
Yeah.
mhm.
my prodigy, Roxanne Perez.
She lasted. She
Well, we
lasted.
watched her on NXT. We watched her when she started to where
Yeah.
she is now.
She's
And
got that
she
Alexa
is-
Bliss 5 feet of fury
Yeah.
mindset. Like
Yeah.
that's literally exactly what she does. It's she's
does,
tiny,
yeah.
but she got it. You know,
Yeah. Dynamite comes in
amazing.
small packages. I keep telling you that.
eliminated by Charlotte.
Reminds
Only
me of
had one
Shotzi.
elimination, but she came in at third
Yeah.
and lasted
Yeah.
till 20 till the end. So I mean, Jordan Grace eliminated by
Yeah.
Julia. Muscle mommy. That's all I can call her.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah.
Muscle mommy.
Yeah.
Massive, came in
She
19th.
is scary. Like
Yeah.
That's a massive deal they got.
there is not often
Yeah.
that I can actually say like I get like genuinely intimidated from behind a screen, but then when I saw Jordan Grace come out and she literally just flexed, I was like, ah.
Yeah.
I don't know
I was like,
Oh,
that is not the person you want to run into. That is you run into her, you're on the ground
Yeah.
before she even like moves.
just pin me
That's
already.
it.
I submit. I volunteer. Now I don't know the
Yeah.
TOS on YouTube, so I'm not going to say the website. But she is on a picture taking website that you sell for subscriptions. That has to be
Yeah.
that had to get shut down now. So the WWE thing that wasn't Vince. That's still a thing. So she had the same thing that
Yeah.
happened with Mandy. That Mandy wouldn't
Yeah.
do. She had to shut hers down. So people are kind of annoyed. They're like, she can't do anything private now because she's in WWE, and I guess not. I guess
Yeah.
that's still a thing.
That's
Mm.
the terms. Yeah.
Now, this denied
Darn.
reports claiming she wasn't returning number one Alexa Bliss. To be eliminated by Liv
Yes.
Morgan and have 0 eliminations kind of bums me out.
Ugh.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss, number 12.
She deserves so
That was
much
crazy.
more. She deserves
Yeah. She
more.
did.
Little Miss Bliss, she has a whole legacy behind her. The whole thing with Bray Wyatt when he was around. Then there was the whole thing where she did her whole solo thing with Nikki Cross and then betrayed Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
Like it was such a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like she deserves so
Well, if you
much
look
more
at
than just
her,
get in there and then
yeah.
out. Like that didn't feel fair.
Mm.
If you looked at her jacket though when she came out, it said "Friends Forever," but if you
Mhm.
looked at in between, there was red letter that said "Fiend."
I
And then
saw
she
that.
had she
Mm.
had an eye that's had a 6 in the pupil.
Yeah.
So
On the
we're
Lily doll,
thinking
yeah.
it's kind of alluding to her being part of the Wyatt 6 eventually, so or sooner or later. We're probably
what
gonna
about
see
Nikki
that.
Cross?
But Nikki Cross is
Like-
part of the Wyatt 6.
That still
I
makes
know.
6 of them.
So,
Then you could be tag team
um,
champs, you know?
That
Yeah.
does make sense. Yeah, that
Yep.
could be the women's tag team
Yeah,
champ.
There
it
you
does.
go. Because we can have 2 of them
Yeah.
be the men's. You can have an IC title or a US title. You know, they have enough to
Mhm.
have a significant title amounts. Like they can
God.
run the course if they wanted to.
What
you
a
know?
future for
Oh,
them
yeah.
if they
Yeah.
actually if
Yeah.
everybody there managed to win a championship of some form. That is
Mhm.
that is a
Yeah.
future and a half.
I just want to
right
see
there.
Dexter Loomis win something big. Because
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
absolutely loved him since he was in
Oh,
NXT.
yeah.
He is phenomenal. He is one scary SOB.
He
I'll
is
say that
terrifying. Yeah.
You know,
But
The way he crawls over
crawls
like
into
with-
the ring.
Yeah.
I still have a vision in my head. I can't forget it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's with Dexter. And it's with him. He's in the bed with Indy. And
Oh,
he picks up the thing of
Yeah.
condoms.
Oh, yep.
And there's 70 condoms attached to it. I'm like, man, I still can't forget that, man. That's
I
all I see when
remember-
I see Sexy Dexy. That's all I see.
I remember when he had a feud. I
Yeah.
think it was with Velveteen Dream,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
Velveteen was in the ring doing like his normal entrance and everything, and then he jumped down from the rope, and there wasn't even any entrance music for him. the lights turned back on for off of his theme, and Dexter was just behind him. Like he had been there the entire time.
He'd be just laying under the rope, just staring at you.
Yeah,
Like, don't even
exactly.
care, he's just
He
there.
was horrifying.
He'd just be like this, looking up at you, like, "Hey,
It's
how you
that
doing?"
1,000-yard stare, man. It's just ooh.
Yeah.
Remember when he
He's
was
not
stalking
staring
the
at you.
Miz?
It's going through you. Like
Remember when
Yes,
he was
talking
he was
to Miz, that
fired.
phenomenal.
He was fired, but then he kept stalking the Miz every
Yeah.
month.
oh yeah.
That was crazy. He would
Yeah.
like snatch
Yeah.
him up and just
Yeah,
drag him
I mean,
away.
well, forget-
He'd hit him with the silence, and then he'd drag him
I
away.
love
Yeah.
In the middle of in the middle of a match, just snatch him up and take him.
Yeah.
It's like, who was that? He just got kidnapped. Yeah. Oh
yeah,
man.
that's it.
My favorite
That's
one
it.
from that feud was he was in the crowd.
Mm.
He was dressed up as like
Yeah.
a normal fan, and I forgot I
Yeah.
forgot what he was wearing. He was wearing something, and I think he was like wearing like a Miz
Sure,
shirt.
it's a black hoodie or something.
I think it was like a black hoodie or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, and then the Miz was like celebrating, and he like leaned against the thing, and then just got put into the silence and dragged over the thing, and just never
Yeah.
seen again.
Just gone
it's like-
forever. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
I love
It's
when they
just
come out of
gone.
the crowd like that.
that's
My-
so cool.
It's
yeah.
my favorite's when Sting would do it. And Sting would
Oh,
he'd be
yeah.
disguised as the guy with the Sting mask.
Oh,
Oh, that's not Sting.
Yeah.
Take the mask off, and then you see the
And it's
paint,
Sting,
and
yeah.
it's just Sting anyway.
yeah.
He's literally dressed up as himself for Halloween. He's like, "Yeah, no, that's just me, by the way." And then
Yeah.
Punch, Stinger
The look
Splash,
on their faces.
Scorpion.
When it
Like-
comes to Sting, the greatest reveal had to be during the statue for Seth Rollins.
Oh, when he lifts it up and there's just Sting.
Yeah,
like,
he
"What's
lifts
up?"
it up and it's just
Oh,
Sting
yeah.
looking there, and he's
Everyone's
looking down
like-
at Triple H, and then he looks over at Rollins.
Michael
It's
Cole's
like,
like, "What the hell?"
whoa!
Like,
It's like, oh no!
because he hadn't been in WWE like, at this
What?
point, so it's like
No.
Sting.
Oh,
the hell?
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Blatant
WCW, I think, the
disrespect
last
to
time
the
he had anything
authority.
to do with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah, that's right.
Just
I
out of
loved it.
nowhere, they're just like, Sting, what?
Mm, mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
miss
but
surprises
anyways, so
like
if you
that.
guys watch the Royal Rumble, oh, me too. That's why I'm saying, like, we need more surprises.
When they
instead of
announced
more
25 of the
people
members in the
declaring
Rumble,
they're in.
it's
Yeah,
just,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
you could have
I think we
saved
should go
some
back
of
to
them.
the days.
no more
We
spinning to
could've,
choose your
yeah, this is
number,
what
no
we
more
were saying.
Yeah,
no more
We
one-on-ones
want
to
that
swap
back.
entry numbers. Like, ugh.
Yeah, we want that back. I think they should get, if somebody wants to be in it, fine. You got to spin the barrel and pick a number. But
Yeah,
not
we're
have
missing-
so many
we're
people
missing that
going, I'm
element
in
of
and I'm in,
surprise.
you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's that surprise
Yeah.
that we
And
had
that's the
originally
part of
during
the Royal
like
Rumble that,
during like the
Mhm.
older years, like John Cena coming in at number 30
Yeah.
and looking right at Triple H in
Yeah.
the middle of the ring. Like that's the kind of surprise we need. That's
Yeah.
what we're missing. You know,
yeah.
it
Yeah,
just feels so
exactly,
wrong
yeah.
without it.
I
Yeah,
know it does.
100%. Having the old
Um,
battle royals where last two, if you come in second place, you're number 30. You win your number, or you come in first, you're 30. You're coming second,
Yeah.
you get eliminated. You're number one entry, like
Yeah.
crazy stuff like that. But no,
Yeah.
it's just he's probably
Yeah.
coming out 30. This guy's probably coming out first. Yeah, that's just how it is now.
The fact that we can
fact that
predict
we
it is a
can predict-
problem.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah, we can
Literally,
predict
that's
it.
it.
Sorry, same way.
And the
Mike,
fact that
sorry.
they changed it was
Yeah.
going to be 31 man with The Rock coming at 31. But
Yeah.
then that got spoiled, so he got mad. Like, yeah, no, just have Jey Uso win in 30. It's like, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird that they changed it. I mean, I
It was
respect
weird,
it.
yeah.
I respect that they changed it up to surprise us, but it's like the fact that it got
He
spoiled.
should
in
have
the
come out
place-
first then.
The fact that it got spoiled in the
He
first
should've-
place, it's
Yeah.
just
I think there's somebody that's leaking stuff because there's no way that should be spoiled.
that's
that
the problem
fast,
with the
you know
internet
what I
and
mean?
social media being so mainstream is it's impossible
Yeah.
to hide stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But
we knew
anyways,
CM Punk was gonna return to wrestling in AEW like 3 months before he did,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
So it's just
yeah,
it's inevitable and it just sucks, but
yeah.
it
Unfortunately,
ain't
that's
07 and
what we have
06 anymore, unfortunately. But
to- Jeez. Yeah, when they didn't have all that crap. But it gave way to us being able to do this discussion, so I'm thankful for it. In some
voting for
ways.
stuff on WWE.com,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I miss that. When I'm sorry, I have some bad news. I miss those.
Oh.
You know.
Anonymous
but
GM.
You think
anyways,
WWE shop.com?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. Netflix.
WWE
$9.99 a month.
the
The DX merch
Yeah.
commercials.
Yep.
Oh, I missed those. They were so funny.
Those
But
are
anyway,
awesome.
I digress. We need to move
Yeah.
on.
It-
So we're going to talk about sorry, I had to.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about some of the firings that have happened.
let me get that up.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me also get that up.
Right
for reference.
after Royal Rumble, there was a few releases done. There's also talks of more releases. And while Steve's pulling that up, the ones that we heard recently was they're talking about letting go of Braun Strowman. Why, I don't know. But they're talking about because he has limited mobility now when it comes to what he can do in the ring. Because he's injury prone and everything else. They are saying that there is a possibility he could be released. There is a few other people. Do you have it up now, Steve?
Yeah. I got some call-ups and some releases on this page. So
okay.
Yeah, I got.
We'll
I
do
got
the
some
releases
too.
first.
Mhm.
We'll do the releases first, and then we can talk about the call-ups. But quickly give the list of releases. Unfortunately, and we're so sorry to hear it. We wish the best for all of them.
So as of this article, it's Paul Ellering and Authors of Pain as a combo. Blair Davenport, which was a shock. Cedric Alexander, the Good Brothers, Isla Dawn, which was kind of crazy. Giovanni Vinci, which this always happens after they hype somebody up with a new package. Same thing with Emelina when she was Emma became Emelina. Didn't even have a match and she was gone, so it doesn't surprise me. And Elektra Lopez, and it says opting not to renew her contract with Sonya Deville. So Sonya Deville would also be the confirmed releases from this. There might be more, but this is the article that came up from like a day ago.
Yeah, no, I was quite shocked at those because Sonya Deville just came back.
She opted not to.
There's quite a few others.
So she wasn't released. She just didn't resign.
Yeah.
The rest of the list,
but
that I
Elektra
mentioned, were all
Lopez.
releases.
Yeah. It's hard to take that because some of these guys were just starting to get their footing and stuff like that, but they weren't really being used. It was kind of like a Mustafa Ali thing where he's not really being used to his full potential.
Could have been better.
And I really liked him when he was in the ring. But they just didn't use him. And he was quite angry at that.
Mustafa Retribution was huge. Like that was huge. Some guys came in and started beating the crap out of everybody inside the ring. And it was like this whole thing. Mustafa Ali mounted some offense against them, was like, oh, I'm on you guys' side. And then like suddenly he's not, and he's part of Retribution. And it's like, whoa, like where did that come from?
But Vince is the one, unfortunately, that put the kibosh on that.
That was the classic writing where the story could change once a week. And it's not really that severe with Triple H anymore.
No.
Now, he's had to clean up the story, so he's still having to deal with stories from before, unfortunately. But it's not feel like every week is a new extreme anymore. It's kind of we're having more long-term storytelling. This is why I did like AEW when we were watching it, is some storylines would last for a couple years. Like you would just build and piss you off. It's like, can we get the payoff? And then boom, match of the year. You know what I mean? So like Brian and like Brian and Kenny or something. It'd be this crazy year and a half build up, and then bam, match of the year, 5 stars. So WWE doesn't really have that. They kind of have a feud for a month and then kind of move on. Now there's been some feuds going on for a few months now since Triple H has taken over. So it's good to see that. Yeah. But you're right, having that weekly change was, especially with Mustafa, was just killing his whole career. Unfortunately, it hurt so much. Nobody took him seriously, and
he's on TNA right now. Actually, he just came on. I just saw him appear. So I'm hoping that they'll do good things with him. Maybe he just needs some rebranding or some retraining, and we'll figure it out. And they'll bring him back.
Just needs to get over once.
I really did like his style.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You had a match before 50.
But I kind of hope they don't let Braun go, because he's the one big, huge guy that I could see going up against Omos. We talked about this before a couple of years ago. Where we would really love to see somebody Braun's size go up against Omos, because they're both big guys.
Battle of the Giants. That would be
huge.
Here's
the problem.
Well, that's it. And
not to cut you off,
What's
but here's
that?
the problem with that is I want to see that too. But it's like this one guy we're watching explains it. It's like, well, we don't need the strong, tough, big guy anymore because we have Jacob Fatu who's doing astronomical, ridiculous stuff for way cheaper. We don't need Braun versus Omos because we got Obafemi that could just go against Omos. So it's like anything that Braun could do.
Yeah.
He can't. He's becoming like the Big Show where they're gonna just make him cry in the ring every week. Like, unfortunately, that seems like that's where it's headed. Where there's nothing they can
or
do
wear a
with
diaper.
You can't throw somebody a championship opportunity in the past and have him win a champion like Braun Strowman, and then just do this to him. That doesn't feel right.
It happens way more often than it should.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like these big guys, like it's never, you never really see big guys win championships as much as they should.
Uh-huh.
They don't really get that push
because that's too obvious,
really need, right?
It's too obvious the big guy wins, right?
Yeah, but it's that's using that mentality and then making it into a thing where it's so common is just ridiculous,
right? Because look at the spectrum, right? It's like Big Show wins a title. Oh, that's cool. Rey Mysterio wins a title. Oh my gosh, David versus Goliath.
Wow, like huge, like
that sucks that it's been that way.
Yeah, but give the guy a push. Give the guy if you're gonna if they are gonna send Braun off, I think they should give him a push first.
Give him something.
I think they should give him a chance to get a good push. Maybe
his feud with Jacob
something
is crazy. They need to continue something with that.
Maybe start a feud with maybe restart the feud with Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Like something because that feud was huge.
Yeah.
With him and Roman, that was probably one of the best feuds we had for a while. Because it was this big guy versus another really talented wrestler, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing we have to hope for is that Braun doesn't get injured again. Because like I said, he's like the guy from AOP, that he is injury prone. So unfortunately, if he doesn't, watch what he's doing and other people aren't doing their moves properly, he's going to get injured again, which I hope he doesn't, because I agree with you. I would love to see him win a major title or something before he goes.
I understand the mentality that he has, because I think I get it, because he's doing a lot less than what he used to do. He's less running around the ring and doing the whole spin around the Strowman Express. That he called it. He's doing less of the leaving his feet for a drop kick on a big opponent. He's doing less of that, which makes perfect. The T-Rex drop kick.
He's becoming more of the Lesnar build at this point. Yeah.
But at the same time, I understand the mentality of that. It's he's probably, after he came back from the injury, he's like, okay, we're going to slow things down. We're going to take things slowly. And people are telling him that. But I think he's in the same time going, no, that's not right, because that's not what the fans want. They want to see the monster among men. They want to see one big SOB. That's what they want to see. So I have to keep pushing myself to do this. Yeah. But I don't think he understands that he can dial it back and still be a monster. Is the thing.
Oh, absolutely.
I think, he's still, let's look at the baseline. He's still, 6'9"? He's over 300 pounds? He is a big guy still.
And he's built like a brick house, too.
Oh, yeah. Sure, okay, you're not going to be able to run as much as you could before. That's okay. I don't think everybody really needs you to do that. That's just what I'm thinking.
He's one of the things that we don't have to worry about, Yeah. Well, see, this is the thing. You don't need to run around the ring in circles. If he does it once in a while, that's different, but
maybe reserve that for big opponents.
Yeah, exactly. But we're hoping that they keep Braun Strowman. And hopefully there won't be too many more releases. Now, Steve, you said you also had a list of call-ups.
Sorry.
So
I do want to just do a couple mentions of possible future releases, and one being Andrade.
Oh, okay.
Because
that's one that we spoke about too. Yeah.
He Vince didn't like him at all. Triple H didn't really pull for him. But he was married to Charlotte, and we think that she had pull to get him back last year, but now they're divorced. So she might have that same pull to get rid of him. The thing with Braun is that there's a lot of, he's a big, crazy, he's like Braun Breaker, where he's got speed. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
But his contract is massive because he's more of a vet now. So now they got these younger guys
Yeah.
like Fatu and Omos and Obafemi who will
Yeah.
take way less, but can do the same stuff. So
Mhm.
that might hurt them.
Yeah.
Those two.
Yeah.
Omos hasn't even been around, so he might not even be there much longer.
No.
But Andrade might be the big one that we got to look for. And another one is Scarlett and why am I drawing a blank?
Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross, my boy. I forgot. I'm sorry, my guy. But after AOP's gone,
Yeah.
Vince has kind of butchered him when he did the
Not
Spartan
much.
thing. They've been trying to get him back over, but it's just
Yeah.
after the Spartan gimmick, it's been hurting him. And I think he's still suffering from that.
Mm.
But on to possible call-ups after NXT Vengeance Day, which is this weekend, correct?
Yep.
The first
March
one
1st.
I thought Vengeance Day was this weekend. Vengeance Day is.
Oh, Vengeance is this weekend. I'm sorry, and
Yeah,
we'll get
yeah,
to that
yeah.
later. Yep. Go ahead.
Roxanne seems to be the biggest likely candidate to get called up next. Roxanne Perez,
Oh,
two-time champion. She's been doing her thing for quite a while in NXT now.
With her performance in the Rumble,
Oh yeah.
come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Mm.
Down to second, down to her and Charlotte
it was
Flair.
After she
hour
loses,
and
she loses to Bailey and Julia in the triple threat, I think she'll be up in the roster.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Another big name, which doesn't surprise me because it's a big star, and big stars don't usually last NXT long, would be Ethan Page. He's absolutely ready for the main roster. Smile that makes me blush every time I see
Absolutely.
it. You know, best smile in the business. I loved Ethan Page even in AEW, and everyone hated him. I was like, I love this dude. He's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm glad.
But he
Another
was good.
two that's actually a shock that doesn't surprise me now that I'm like actually thinking about it. But Axiom and Nathan Fraser, their tag team work. I don't
Yes.
think they're coming up quite yet, but their tag team work has been phenomenal over the last couple of years.
Real quick, for Ethan
absolutely,
Page,
yeah.
it would be
Mhm.
awesome to see a Hamiltonian in
Oh,
Yeah.
in
As we have from
WWE. That would be
Hamilton.
pretty cool. Yeah, as a Hamilton.
true. Yes, true. Another
That'd
one,
be cool.
which there's some rumor speculation, which you can never take with solid grain, is Gallus, because people think Gallus is going to be a group that people think will be pairing with Drew McIntyre.
That's yeah.
That would be cool.
I could see it happening, but I don't know if
something
it'd be
like that,
happening
you know?
anytime soon.
Wouldn't be soon, but that's also a
Yeah.
possibility. And for I think the other most likely male that could come up would be Tony D'Angelo and whatever family he's going to bring. Because Tony D that faction, because their work with El Legado was amazing. To be able to rehash that on the main roster could be insane. Because even Legado's been having some back end roster work. So being able to refresh that would be awesome. Lash Legend, Jakara Jackson, maybe. I wouldn't say Jakara. I'd say Lash Legend maybe come up with some solo work, but not yet.
Yeah, maybe with Bianca or Jade or something. Yeah.
Who's the current male TNA champion?
TNA male champion?
Oba.
Yeah.
I think that's Joe. No, TNA. That would be Joe Hendry, isn't it?
Oh, TNA.
Is it Joe Henry?
Because he
So
came
then-
out with the title. Yeah,
think-
so
I
think
could
that-
potentially see if he doesn't have another chance at anything in the future. I could potentially see Moose coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is because
Yeah.
he really has a choice.
Mm-hmm.
He could either go to WWE or he could go to AEW. Because I could see him in WWE being a challenger for maybe the Bloodline or something like that.
Yeah.
But I could also see him in
Yeah.
AEW being a challenge for the Hurt. What are they called? The Hurt Business?
Hurt Syndicate.
Hurt Syndicate. That's it.
Yeah.
AEW,
Third
yes.
Syndicate. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see him being
Yeah.
a huge challenge for Bobby Lashley.
The only thing I love that's left in that show other than Adam Copeland.
Yeah, I agree.
Another massive name that Vicky and I fell in love with watching his work.
Oh
Yeah, he's
Good old
talent. He is talent.
Trick Williams.
Yes.
And-
I want to
Trick
see him come
Williams.
out.
And part of the
No,
reason I
that's
want
a
him to come
name.
up is so I can stop hearing the "Oh yeah, man! Oh yeah, man!"
Oh, from the beginning.
Yeah. What? I like
That is one
it.
thing I would
Oh,
like to
yeah,
discuss.
man.
But
Dude
he
is
sounds like
unhinged.
I don't
Veins
know if
popping out of
anybody
his head.
listening to this or watching back. Yeah, but when back
Every
in
time.
my day, we used to watch this show on Saturday mornings called Frankenstein, and they had a guy on there called the Wolfman. Now, I sent a clip to Steve, and the guy sounds exactly like this.
Oh my
He
goodness.
sounds like a guy that's been smoking cigars for way too long,
60 years
right?
of cigar
And
smoking.
he
Yeah.
gets
Dude's
really
on that hookah.
some of the stuff he says about the women and stuff like that is just, to me, I don't like it. It's gross.
His
sometimes.
commentary partner is like Trick. What's Charmel
Yeah.
gonna think of that when you get home? And I feel so bad for Corey Graves. They middlemanned him into
Oh, he
that.
says it to Booker, yeah.
And he can never.
Yeah.
He doesn't even get to talk. He has to sit there and let Booker T simp over what's her face dancing her butt all the time. I forgot her name, but the Hispanic lady always dancing.
Jordan.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
oh
Nikita
no.
Lyons.
No, he does
Her
that too.
He was simping over her yesterday.
Mm.
I got
Mhm.
you. A second, it won't take me
But
long.
anyway, but yeah, Trick Williams was the biggest
I mean,
one
all the women
that we
true,
really
but-
looked at because he's really, really
Lola
good. And he
Vice.
deserves it. And
Lola Vice,
Lola
that's it.
Vice, that's it. Yeah.
Anytime
that's
she
his
sings it,
favorite.
oh yeah, I
Yeah.
like it. And
Oh,
he's like,
yeah,
Booker, what's
man,
Charmel
oh, yeah.
gonna think of that? Don't talk about that. Well, then stop simping, dude.
She's
You're
quite the
married.
wrestler. She's quite the
But
wrestler.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
I love
man.
her for her personality. Yeah, man.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. Well, see, but Booker T, I love the fact that his partner on commentator is now Corey Graves
Always
and the
calls
other
him out.
guy, because they both call him out on it.
Oh yeah.
And it's hilarious to listen because Steve and I would start laughing. He's like, "Oh, look what he said! He called him out on it," and it's awesome. So I don't know.
What are you
But
talking
anyways,
about, Booker?
And then he's
but
like,
yeah.
and then he's like racist. He's like Booker, like it was the Thanksgiving
Yeah.
episode, and Trick, he's like, the Trick's obviously gonna eat some chicken
Yeah,
for
it's-
Thanksgiving. I'm like, what?
Obviously, like
yeah,
I get that you're the same skin color, but that's still so racist.
that's so terrible.
Like Booker T said, and then he called somebody,
Oh.
he called someone gay once. Just like, he's gay. I'm just like,
yeah.
what?
What?
Booker T's so unhinged.
Yeah, we were
I
just
think
kinda,
he's
what are you
just
saying?
stoned.
You see that sign? It doesn't say
Yeah, it
PG-13 anymore.
But anyway, back to Trick Williams, because we made this
Yeah.
about Booker T somehow.
Yeah.
But Trick Williams, phenomenal.
Yeah.
I want to see him come back
Yeah.
up and fight Carmelo again at least a couple times. I
Mm.
just phenomenal work.
Mm.
Julie and Stephanie are not going to be in NXT much longer. We know that they weren't going to be.
Yeah.
And then the other one is
Yeah.
Jordan Grace, who already just signed a short NXT run before.
Mm,
So
mhm,
we already
mhm.
know. I forgot she's even in NXT, right? So,
Yeah.
so those three are obvious ones, but Roxanne for sure will be big, and Ethan Page as well. But yeah, seeing him trick in the main roster, he can do a deep run for anything he wants. Honestly, even if he ends up being with Carmelo again
Absolutely.
for a tag title run, it'd be phenomenal. So
Yeah.
so that would be the possible coming up after Vengeance. Any of those?
Yeah. Okay, so moving on from that, the last couple things that we're going to talk about real quick is this Saturday is going to be Vengeance Day for NXT. It's going to be their pay-per-view. There's quite a few good matches that they have coming up. I know that Tony D'Angelo is probably going to be in a match. I'm sure Steve's got it pulled up there.
Yep, got the card now.
Yep. So I'll let Steve talk about that, but then after that, we'll talk about Elimination Chamber.
Well, we have a good old Javon Evans and Ethan Page match.
Ooh,
Yes.
Just because Ethan Page has been running his mouth for
instant
constant.
classic,
Yeah.
classic, possibly.
Probably just a regular opener match, whatever, or a filler. Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura for the NXT Tag Team titles. So anything Nathan Frazier and Axiom do are just, it's high energy.
That's going to be high hitting, high flying, probably.
The Ethan Page match, I don't think will be his last NXT match. This one could be a last time NXT match. Will be Trick Williams and Eddie Thorpe in a strap match.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, Eddie Thorpe.
Yep.
It started when he scammed his way into the title match by saying that he got attacked backstage, all this stuff, and then after it was signed that he guilted her into giving him a title match. Oh, by the way, it was me. I attacked myself. Thank you for the title match.
That was the
And I
best
was like,
storyline ever. I
That
loved it.
pissed me off.
It was really clever.
It
it was
pissed me
clever.
off, and I was
Yeah.
angry. And I thought about it, I'm like, wait, that was good.
Yeah,
Like that pissed
That's
me
how you
off
know
for
it's
how
good.
It was. Yeah.
that's how you know it's good, is when you're sitting there going, I hate this.
Here's a good one, which may be a new. There could be some interference, but who knows? But well, there will be interference. But it's Fallon Henley versus
Yeah.
Stephanie Vaquer for the NXT Women's North American title.
Yeah.
I don't know if Stephanie gets it yet because of the
Yeah.
interference, but I think that could be a pretty nasty good match.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oba Femi and Austin Theory versus Grayson. Oba Femi versus Austin Theory versus Grayson Waller, a triple threat NXT Championship match. Very random. Very random.
Yep.
I don't know.
That
Oba's
was-
just gonna double
they just
choke
made it
slam,
That's
double
such a
pin.
weird. Yeah, it's not going to be that much of a challenge. It's just going to
This
be
may
Oba
be the
Femi running
breakup
the
of
boat.
Theory and Waller finally. This may be what breaks them up finally,
I think
but
so.
we'll see.
Yeah, I hope so.
Now this big one that could be bringing Roxanne to the main roster, which it was a triple threat originally, but now they've updated it. NXT Women's Champion Julia versus Bailey
Yeah.
versus. Actually, I don't know if this is on WWE website, so yeah, it must be. NXT Women's Championship. It's a fatal 4-way now. It was a triple threat before, so I guess it depends on Cora Jade
Yeah.
if she got injured or not. I don't know if she's injured again. If she is, I think you said she was, so
Yeah.
it might still be a triple threat. But at least on the
Yeah.
website, on
Yeah.
WWE's website, it's listed as a fatal 4-way.
Mm.
If not, it'll be a triple
Yeah.
threat. But it would be champion Julia versus Bailey versus Roxanne Perez versus Cora Jade as it sits. And this one could be what elevates Roxanne. Might be just off of winning the title. Bailey might interrupt it, and as Bailey's distracted, Julia gets the win. Something like that, where Roxanne's that close, has a crazy match, and then she gets called up to like Raw the next day or the next 2 days, whatever, or SmackDown.
Yeah.
But
I
a
think
pretty
so.
good card. The Oba Femi, that match might just be an opener. Honestly, I don't even know if that's gonna be a main event. If it's a main
absolutely.
event, if the Oba
Probably.
Femi triple threat's a main, there might be a debut. That's kind of crazy.
There could be
Could be.
anything that happens.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Fallon Henley versus Stephanie Vaquer is my black sheep dark horse match. I think that one,
Yes,
it just looks
I
like a
wanna
regular
see that
women's
one.
title match, but I think that one could be a really hard hitting match.
Yeah.
The strap match, I mean, strap matches are always just insane.
Yeah.
But
I
the
mean,
problem is we're
brutal.
expected to be CM Punk style, so I don't know if it'll live up to what I'm used to. But it's Eddie Thorpe
Yeah.
and Trick. Trick can carry it. We'll see if Trick
Yeah.
can carry it. See, this is his test for the main roster, I think. Not
Yeah.
a lot of matches, but a
I'm-
decent setup of matches. I mean, there's some good
Yeah.
hitters in there.
I'm looking forward to the Ethan Page match because that guy's
Yes.
jaw, right? And he was told it was on his own. Like, I don't know if his jaw is actually injured or not. We don't know for sure.
yeah.
But he said she made him sign a paper that says if anything happens to him worse than what it is, because it could be career ending, right? That if he gets re-injured, that WWE is not responsible.
Yeah.
So
That's
I mean,
what
I'm looking forward to seeing. Go ahead, yeah.
Oh, I forgot what the name of those actually are. It's not an NDA. It's no holds barred contract. Is it something like that? It's something like that. I know, like the name
I think
of
so,
it,
but
too, and I'm annoyed.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
yeah, yeah. But it's just basically saying that they're not responsible. If anything happens to them. So
You hurt yourself,
but yeah,
not on us.
you're on your own. Yeah, that's right. If you get injured and your career's over, that's not our fault. We told you
Oops.
not to wrestle. So.
Yeah, this is on you, brother.
but-
Like, I'm staying back.
But it sounds like a stacked pay-per-view, which I'm really looking forward to. And I don't know if it's going to be on Netflix or whether it's going to be on
It'll be
Peacock.
Peacock.
But
It's Peacock.
if you get, yeah,
Netflix International, but
if you get it on
for me.
Peacock, watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so we're going to be watching that this Saturday. We'll report on that next week. The next one we're going to talk about quickly is the Elimination Chamber that's coming up, and some of the matches that we're looking forward to in that, some of the entrants that are in the matches and everything else. I'm really looking forward to this one because after that one's WrestleMania, so we'll have to see what comes up because we're really looking forward to WrestleMania. There was a few things like CM Punk really wanted his WrestleMania moment, but then John Cena at the news conference flat out said, "I'm entering," and Triple H said, John Cena can have what he wants because this is his last year.
I was about to say, like, can we address?
There is no more after this.
I was about to say, like,
we'll talk about it.
The dark horse in the room and just say, like, or like the elephant in the room, like, just say, like, John Cena has to win this. It's his last chance, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
We'll talk about the matches first, and then we'll. Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk about the matches first, and then we'll get to that. Yeah, because I definitely want to talk about that. So, Steve, what do you got for us?
There's not really any matches like set in stone completely yet.
Yeah, there's still some stuff, I guess, that has to be sorted out, right?
I can mention who's in for the qualifiers so far because there's only 2 slots in each chamber that still got to be filled. So,
okay, all right.
I'll go with the women first. So far we got Liv Morgan, we got Bianca, Alexa Bliss, and Bayley.
That's what Booker calls her.
Bianca.
Oh, no, that's right.
Bianca.
Liv Morgan.
Oh no, it's Wade
Bianca.
Yeah.
Bianca.
Yeah. Wade calls him Bianca. Who calls her Bianca?
Liv Morgan qualified because Rhea accidentally punched her and screwed Io, which now has given Io a title shot the day after Chamber. So at least she's trying to amend herself. Alexa Bliss and Bianca marked their entrance to the match after they took on Candice LeRae and Piper Niven, respectively. Bayley locked up her spot when she took down Lyra Valkyria. It was a good match.
That was a good match, yeah.
I love Lyra, but I'm still upset that Dakota didn't get the title. I was really hoping Dakota would get it. I was very shocked that Lyra did. I was like, really?
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. So it's Bayley, Liv, Alexa, and Bianca so far are the 6. For the men, as we know, John Cena is just in. Now, he had the speech. This is he deserves it because of what was done. But the speech he had where he's like, I believe you got to earn everything in this business. So I am declaring myself. I'm like, well, you're not earning it because you just declared yourself. And Triple H is like, yeah, let him in. He's John Cena.
I mean, I feel like he could offer up his career.
Deserved it.
Like,
sure.
Yeah.
But when he's talking about you got to earn everything, I'm like, then why don't you got a qualifier match if you got to earn everything? You know?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
I understand, and everyone agrees. He's done so much. Just let him in.
Yeah.
CM
One
Punk,
of these things just doesn't belong here.
CM Punk beat Sami Zayn. Good match with Sami.
Yep.
Drew McIntyre beat LA Knight and Jimmy Uso. In a good triple threat. Logan Paul beat Ray. So it's Logan Paul, John Cena, Drew, and CM Punk so far qualified. Now, I want to get my Booker of the Year, nameplate on real quick. And I'm disappointed that the Rumble went the way it did. I love Jey Uso, as you see. But the way that I was hoping, I got the armbands over there. They don't fit it takes some grease to get those things on, these big arms. But, they're just double open socks. That's all
they gotta make them like triple the
24-inch
size.
pythons,
dude. You know it. But anyway,
what you gonna do?
I was hoping Punk would win the Rumble, or Cena would win the Rumble.
Yeah.
So one of them goes to Mania. The other wins the Chamber. So they go to Mania. Or even like Punk loses the Rumble. Sure, John wins the Rumble. Punk gets his favor from Paul Heyman, which I'm hoping is not a sexual favor, but he gets his favor from Paul Heyman. Listen, as long as they don't air
you gotta return the favor. I'll give it to you, but you gotta return the favor.
Come on, Paul. Let's see it.
Come on, Paul. Come on, Paul.
Hey, man.
It's not fair, okay?
He gets the favor. He gets a title match against like Gunther or something early and wins it somehow at like the Elimination Chambers of pay-per-view. And then so it's CM Punk and John Cena renewing the rivalry at Mania. CM Punk got his main event spot. Cena gets his title. That's what I was hoping would win. It's not going to be the way. The way it seems like so far is that Punk might just get some triple threat match with like Rollins or something, and it's not even a main event Mania match, which that irks me. John Cena may still get his title.
Yeah, that bothers me too.
John Cena may still get number 17, but it seems like we may still have to wait another year for CM Punk's main event. And the problem is he's getting too old. He's getting to that point where he's running out of time. Did he get snubbed from the main event spot? We don't know that yet. But they got to give it to Punk, man. He's trying so hard.
I feel like if they're going to be shoving him aside for Cena, I feel like even Punk is like, okay, we can do that. You know, like it's still like, because I mean, I know you said Punk is on his way out. Like he's getting up there too. But this is a definite.
Yeah. This is a definite. Like, that's what I said. Cena's getting 17. It's happening.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, because it's like it's less like it's just like Punk is guaranteed to leave, and this is John Cena leaving.
Even if Cena loses at Mania, he's ending at what, Survivor Series or SummerSlam? His very last match could be the 17. He could retire the title, and they have a new one. He could do something crazy like that.
We could still get Punk versus Cena, because if Punk ends up winning at the Elimination Chamber and going to WrestleMania, winning the championship there, then it could be Cena versus Punk at SummerSlam or something like that, or Survivor Series, and that would be huge.
I still think the favor is going to come into play at Mania. I think Cena wins this chamber. Punk's like, Paul, you got to give me that triple threat. You got to get me in there. Becomes a triple threat match, right? Cena might steal the title off Cody or whoever. I think it's probably going to be Cody, because the Gunther now has been confirmed by Jay. Somehow Cena steals the title off Cody, or even Cody wins the triple threat, but Punk is there somehow, right? Like it's gonna come down to what Paul Heyman does. But I gotta see Punk and Cena one last time. Do you think it's gonna be
absolutely
like everybody's down after like some sort of thing, and that's when Punk calls in his favor?
He calls in like an AC-130, just comes in like an airstrike. And
no, but I'm thinking more like on the lines of like Money in the Bank. Like he calls it in like it's a Money in the Bank contract, just interjects himself into that match suddenly.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
That'd be huge. I mean, if there's a person to do that for you.
There's so many,
like if there is one person
to do
something
that for crazy.
You, it's Paul.
Like it's gonna be something crazy. Like he's gonna be in the Money in the Bank. He's about to lose. Brock Lesnar comes out as the favors, throws him off the thing, carries Punk up.
Right?
Nah, it's not gonna be that, but it's gonna be something that we're not gonna expect.
That'd be awesome, though.
Well, we know. Yeah, we know that Brock Lesnar isn't coming back right now because he's in court with WWE at the moment.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we know that he's not coming back. Yeah, it's a little
things are
but
up for
I mean,
him,
this is the thing, right?
Not for anyone else. Like Vince is down.
Oh, Vince is done for.
Looking okay right now, but they got to get through the whole process, the due process, right? But
yeah. But there was a thing on Instagram which I was going to mention, that Vince is no longer in court. He's done with all of that, apparently.
Yeah,
so I don't know what's happening, but he can't come back. He cannot come back. There is no way that he should come back, because I think he's at that age now where he's lapsed his ideas. Yeah. And this is Triple H is doing such a phenomenal job with all the storylines and everything else. I think that Vince needs to leave it to him until he's ready to leave, right? Shawn Michaels is covering NXT. He's covering Raw and SmackDown. Like, just let it be, you know.
The way that I see
but anyway, so we have both of those.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say the way that I see it.
I was gonna move on.
Sorry.
So go ahead.
But okay. I'll just be quick.
Okay.
Just be quick. Don't worry. I'm sorry. I'm calling it a Paul Heyman favor.
There we go.
The only thing I was gonna say is that the only way that I see the Vince McMahon thing is the same thing from a YouTube video I watched a few years back. When I was younger, I used to think you were cool. And then I just look at him and I walk away. That's it. That's all there was to it.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
but anyways, so that's what we've got. That's what we've got for the next two pay-per-views coming up. Between now and March 1st, we'll see what happens. Charlotte, I don't think, has actually chosen her opponent yet. So we may hear in the next couple of weeks what she's planning to do with that. Like Steve said, Jay Uso has declared that he is going up against Gunther. So that was his choice for who he wants to go up against at it's WrestleMania. So, you know, but what happens between now and then, we don't know, right? Yeah, exactly. He may win that, but I also like the fact that Jimmy is now holding his own and he's coming up now, right?
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
seeing them not as twins has been really good for the both of them. But a lot of people want to see them back together too eventually.
They're back together
So,
in like
who knows?
allyship, but not tag team ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're part of the bloodline again and whatever that is. But,
There's one piece of major news
so
that's left. And I don't know if you're getting to it yet.
that's what I was getting to.
All right, let's get to it. Make
that's
sure you
what
didn't
I was
forget
getting
it.
to. So we're going to chat about that. Now, one piece of major news, and I'm not going to say too much about it now. We're going to do a discussion. I'm going to let Steve tell you what it is, and then each of us is gonna kind of give our opinion of that. But anyways, go ahead.
All righty. So, the absolute one, Ricky Starks, shows up, sexy as ever, glistening abs. The nipples are hard through the white shirt that he's wearing. Shows up.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
On NXT. We're watching NXT, and you're like, he's here. I'm sitting there playing a game. I look over. He zooms in, and I'm like, oh yeah, look, there's just Ricky Starks just chilling there. I'm like, what in the world is going on? He literally became a free agent. I think that same day.
Yeah,
was the day he became free. And he's like, oh, by the way, what's up? The absolute one is here. And he did his pose, and I'm like, all right, Ricky Starks. And her and I both said Ricky Starks at the same time. They haven't even said his name yet. They never gave him a name
Ricky
yet.
Starks.
He's still just the absolute one. So they haven't given him a name yet. But Ricky Stark, is the absolute one, is in NXT. And that's big because, one, that's another, it's funny. Everyone's like, oh, all WWE guys are going to AEW. And now it's like the opposite. But Ricky Starks is like phenomenal.
Now they're all coming over here.
He is so good. Like his work is insane. He's gonna tear it up in NXT. I'm actually very shocked that Ricky Starks is in WWE now. It's like I said, they haven't given him a name yet. They still call him the absolute one, so he might just be Ricky Starks, or just Starks or something. I always thought it was weird because they had Zoe Stark. So I don't know if they're going to call him Ricky Starks when they have Zoe Stark, because that's just weird. But they might, the amount of Adams are in AEW. There might be 70 Adams.
Name Zoe.
Zoe and then Stork. But Stork. Yeah. But what do you guys think of Ricky Starks, the absolute one?
Just name his first name Tony. It's all good.
Tony Stark.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean that would be funny if he did like the kind of Iron Man thing.
That would be awesome.
We heard the music and I went, we heard the music last night and I went, no way. And Steve goes, oh my gosh, is that right?
They zoom in and there he is in the plain white tee.
He's right there. We watched him in AEW and he blew us away every match. He performs well. He's great on the mic. He's a great actor, period, when it comes to his persona between matches. Yes, he was under Taz for quite a while. So, I really love his way of doing things. So I'm looking forward to seeing kind of stuff he's going to do in NXT. And I do agree with Steve when it comes to that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. He's like Braun Breaker, He
cuts you
But
in
what
half.
I look forward to is I agree with Steve where he could probably be up on the main roster in no time.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
That's just me. Yeah.
Yeah.
The physique is stellar.
I mean, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, I was blown away when I first saw it happen. I was actually, I think similar to Steve, I was playing, I was just playing like a random game. I was looking over at my phone and then I heard, because I was watching it with a friend of mine and because we start watching it live now because he has Netflix as well. So I was just sitting there and he's like, dude, I was like, what? He's like, dude, go to NXT. I'm like, what? I look up. I'm like, huh, Ricky Stark.
Dude,
that's exactly. I'm like, Ricky Stark.
I was like, huh, Ricky Stark. Wait a minute.
It's exactly me. I had to think about it. I was like, wait, this ain't AEW. This is NXT. I was like,
wait. Because I remember it so vividly because I was like, oh, hey, Ricky Stark.
That's exactly me. Yeah.
Wait a minute. But regardless,
Yeah.
I mean, heck yeah, dude. I mean, what can I say about him? I don't even know what to say.
Exactly.
He is one of the best
Yeah.
talents I've seen come out of the woodwork into AEW.
Mhm.
He gets dropped the same day.
Yeah.
Same day he gets dropped, WWE gives him the call. He takes that call.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and I don't even know what to say, honestly. Like he's just
Yeah. Well, the
he's
thing is, if you
definitely
look at AEW, doesn't have that. I agree with you. Sorry, Jake. I didn't mean to cut you
yeah,
off.
it's all good. That's all good. It's all good.
The one thing the one thing that AEW has is they don't have that where you have to not wrestle or use anything regarding yourself before you can wrestle again, like WWE
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
They have that clause where you have to stay out of wrestling for a certain amount of time, right? You can't sign anywhere, you can't do anything.
I think it's
Whereas
60 days from
AEW doesn't
NXT,
have
and then
that,
I think
so-
it's 90 from WWE. I think is the
Something like
non-competes.
that.
Something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that,
Yeah. But AEW doesn't have that. So I'm really
Yeah.
glad that they don't have that because, like, now we have Ricky Starks.
Mhm.
I'll be honest,
So,
seeing him get a
yeah.
call up feels like it's just a necessity at this point.
Yeah.
Because seeing him, I could see him
Mm.
immediately. Like 100 dream matches went through my head the second I saw him. Like him and AJ. I mean, like him and some of the rising talents. So some of the people like heck, I would love to see him and Randy go at it. I think that would be an amazing match.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that would be a simple feud. That would be
Catching
heck of
him
a feud.
during the Spear and RKO. Could be
Exactly.
stellar. Oh, my lord.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I
Teaching
can
the
see
young
that
gun
going
how
through
it's
my
done.
mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I see that. I'm
Yeah,
going to
that
bed.
would be phenomenal,
Like,
Yeah.
Now,
I'm done.
with all the releases that happen, and then seeing him show up, that tells me that there's a lot of investment into Ricky Starks. That they had to release these contracts to get him in there. That tells me that they're big on him.
Yeah.
There might be more. We might be getting like a Sammy Guevara or something,
well,
right?
yeah, I mean,
Ty
dropping
Conti
that
might
down.
come back one day.
Yeah.
But
Oh my
if you
gosh,
forget,
yeah.
Ty Conti was there and then went to AW, so she might
I
be
mean,
back someday too.
I mean-
Sammy Guevara could be a massive fit in that roster right now with their flippy guys that they got.
Oh
right?
yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Easy. I mean, you look at somebody getting released, like somebody as big as like the Good Brothers, right?
Mm.
I mean, they had a heck of a career.
Yeah.
They were with they were the OC
Yeah.
originally.
Mhm.
They were
Yeah.
with I mean, you look at some of the people they worked with too, like when they worked with Taker at the the what is it, Super Showdown?
Yeah.
That year. Like
Yeah.
these guys are big names that they're releasing, but the fact
Like,
that they
look at
actually
Gallows'
thought,
career. But not to cut you off, he was Fate
Yeah.
Kane. He was Festus.
Yeah.
He was with CM Punk with forgot her name, but she's an AW. Serena Deeb.
yeah, that's it.
When they're so, I mean, he's been there for so
mean,
long.
yeah.
I feel like he's there every other year, right? So
Yeah.
seeing him get released again, it's kind of like, it is what it is.
But you bring up a good point about the idea of like they
Yeah.
had to release them in
Some
order to
big
get
names. Yeah.
in order to get like Ricky Stark into WWE.
Mhm.
That is
Right.
a huge signing. I think it's really funny too, because it's like, I mean, they might have somebody to deal with, but I feel like at the same time, like WWE didn't have to go that extreme.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, unless he asked for it, obviously that goes
No.
without saying. But like,
Mhm.
But
like I think it's funny because
yeah.
I think
You never
it's
know.
funny because it's like there's no other. I don't think there's any other agency in wrestling right now that was willing to snap him up as quickly as WWE did.
Oh,
But I
instant.
still love how quick it happened. That just shows that Triple H sees something in this kid, and
Yeah.
he's gonna be good.
and that shows that they watch the
Yeah.
other competition closely.
Exactly.
You know
That-
they
that
got a guy in
means-
the back watching every episode to see
Oh
the
yeah. Big time,
Oh, yeah.
big time.
Yeah.
Gotta see
Mhm.
how good Bobby
Yeah.
Lashley is now that he's not part of us anymore.
Yeah,
You know?
right.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think they're doing about the same there in AW as they're doing in WWE. But I want to stop for a second because Mark, thank you for coming in. He's over in Ireland,
Oh,
Southern
wow.
Ireland.
my place.
Mark is an awesome guy. Yeah.
A hell of a
Mark
fella.
actually does that stop motion Lego, and
Mm.
I was his Harley Quinn back voice. So, anyways,
Mark, hook me up.
and he
I'm
may
a
be
voice
starting
actor.
that up again soon. I hope so. But anyways, Mark, I hope you're well. We're all doing good. But anyways, yeah, this is what we've got for this week. We'll see what happens on Friday Night SmackDown. And like I said, then we've got Monday and Tuesday next week. We'll be back again at 8 p.m. on Wednesday again to talk about the week's events and any changes that might happen, any releases that might happen, or anything.
Definitely watch Monday after Vengeance
between now and then.
See if anything happens.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because Vengeance, I'm looking forward to, and yes, we'll talk about Vengeance Day and the results and stuff from that too, and
that's gonna be huge.
But but hopefully Jake can join us again next week. We'll have to see.
I'll clear my schedule.
Yeah. Oh, I see. You stream on Twitch again. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. That's awesome, Mark. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, yeah. So thank you guys for joining us. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Steve, for calling up all the stats and all that stuff for us, because he's our computer guy. Jake, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Like I said, I hoop you can join us again next week, and we'll have some more news for you then. Final thoughts, Steve. We'll go to you first.
This is crazy. I just now realized after all this stream that you typoed podcast and forgot the D in podcast. I just now noticed that, and I can't stop staring at it. I just now noticed that, and I can't stop looking at it. You can edit it on the YouTube channel every
I'll fix it later.
That's awesome.
Any last news regarding the wrestling stuff? It's been a lot.
I have long nails, and it's hard.
All right.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Oh no, Steve! Don't you realize we're doing the podcast? Of course.
We're doing the podcast.
Yeah,
this is the rebrand.
Of course.
It's the podcast.
It's the podcast. We talk about Kung Fu Panda. No.
We've got a lot of. I'll get to the noodle thing in a second. We've got a lot of momentum going. Right now. This is going into like the early WrestleMania season, so we got the momentum rolling. It's heating up. It's becoming that mania roller coaster we're going through. And speaking of noodles, we got the Chamber.
Yes.
Sponsored by Firewalk Hot and Spicy, my favorite noodles. Listen, I'm saying.
Yeah.
You ever want your rear end to be on fire and shoot out lava? Have some top tier. It's not even that hot. It's not even hot, but if you mix enough of it in together, eventually it gets you where you want to be. So, shout out to Firewalk. But crazy week coming up.
To say they're not our sponsor, but Elimination Chamber sponsor. But Steve is open for suggestions. By the way,
hey, listen, if you want to send me a lifetime supply, I am down.
Yeah, he's a big fan of ring stings, so we're
ring sting is my life. All right. I could have had this.
I'm going to use that in a normal conversation.
I could have had that light on this whole time. But I knew that'd be your reaction, so I kept that off. So
it's okay. I didn't need my retinas.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't need my retinas. Very excited for this weekend. Raw and NXT were great.
Yes.
Minus Booker T's. Oh yeah, man. But Wednesday, be looking out. We might have some debuts. We might have some call-ups coming up. I'm excited. Got the Chamber in a couple weeks, and then Mania is just like a month and a half after that. Like we're there, we're getting there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Solus, I want to say hi, bud. How you doing? We're just about to end in.
Bit late there, brother.
Welcome.
Sorry.
Goodbye. Good night.
It's okay. Solus is cool. We're just glad he showed up. Anyway, I agree with you, Steve. We got a whole whack of stuff happening this weekend and whatever. And don't forget, I have trivia tomorrow at 1:00. So that's it. But Jake, final thoughts on everything that's happened this week.
Sorry.
While you stare at your wall.
Okay, that was my window.
Let me stare at my lover.
Oh, all right.
Because I heard something and I thought it was outside my window, but it was very much not my. It was very much not my window. Don't worry, it's all good. Okay. Forgot to take the pills, the funny pills again this morning.
Okay.
I took too many of them. I had the side effect from taking too many.
Right.
Your lover's starting to talk back, man. I don't know what to tell you, man.
She did. Not now, honey.
Look at that.
Shh, we're doing a podcast. Oh, shut up.
J1 just stand there and look pretty. Damn.
Shh. All right, anyways. All right, but my
Youngest
thoughts.
Leo.
God
my
help
thoughts
us.
about this
Please,
week.
God help us.
Yeah.
It's getting unhinged.
Aw.
Yeet.
Thank you, Solon.
My sort of thoughts on this week. I mean, okay, I'm gonna expose myself a little bit here
Please don't.
because okay, hold on. No,
Oh
no, hold on. No, hold
we
on.
just started, dude. We just started this.
Time to
Please.
get you banned. Let's
Please.
go, world record. No,
Please don't toss cheeks.
but
All
okay,
right.
admittedly,
Oh my
I
God.
forgot to watch the past like 2 days of just straight wrestling.
Fair enough.
So like Vicky
You're
texted
fired.
me, was like, "Hey, we're doing the podcast in 20 minutes." So I'm like, "Oh, awesome!" And I'm like, "This week in WWE, like like I gotta be quick about this." Research. It was like top 10 NXT moments, and then top 10 like SmackDown and Raw. And I was like, "Oh, yup, I know what you guys are talking about."
Hey, that's how the Twitter experts do it. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you guys hear the Undertaker showed up? It's like it's completely wrong.
As you see them
It's like-
retweeting like 17 posts saying the same thing. See?
Yeah,
I heard it.
guys, Rikishi returned to WWE.
He's the tribal
Whoa!
cheeks.
Whoa!
He's become the tribal cheeks.
I'm
He
sorry.
gave the stinker to Roman Reigns.
I'm sorry, but the tribal cheeks is really funny to me.
Yeah.
But
That's just my
Rikishi.
5-star booking. You know.
all jokes aside, though, looking at what did happen,
Mhm.
Yep.
having to catch up so quickly, I did actually retain some of the information after watching about 6 ads because my premium ran out.
Yes.
But I mean, yeah, me with my premium, my premium subscription.
Oh my
My
goodness.
fabulous. Call me King Booker. No, I'm kidding.
Someone's heard the combos.
Anyways,
No,
moving on.
yeah, moving on.
R/whoosh.
So don't ask what that noise was. That was not a whoosh. That was a cat getting thrown overhead.
I know.
Okay. I think this week, and I think like as of recent, WWE has made a change for themselves that I think is in a good direction.
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
we're seeing a lot more talent. We're seeing a lot more come out of their shell a bit more, like get called up from low roster to main roster. Like we're seeing a lot,
Yep.
and it's looking like we're set for a good year. I think with WWE,
Yeah.
unless suddenly they decide
so.
to pull a Vince McMahon and just say, "Oh, Ricky Starks,
Oh,
yeah, we
please
had to
no.
release him from his contract" or something like that. Like, but I can't see
Yeah.
that happening. Like I straight up can't
No.
see that happening. It feels like this is like too in the now, too like too modern, I guess you could say, because this isn't your old Attitude Era anymore. This is a new era. And we're seeing that. We're seeing that more and more with the more people that get called up and the more people that join in, the more people that are having like bigger matches. So I really think we're looking at a good horizon for WWE at the moment. And all it took was a man who has a bald spot to say that he was going to retire. So
Notice how I looked up when he said a man at the ball spot, by the way. Notice how I was like this. I looked up real quick.
You never should have said anything. You have a hat on. Nobody would have known.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, all it took was the 16-time champ, previous 1-day Wyatt member. He was that was like all it took was him to say, "Oh, hey, I'm retiring," and then it set the whole thing in motion. And I just feel like that's
Oh yeah, absolutely.
it might have kicked us in the right direction for now, but how long will that last, you know? This year might be good, but I hope they
exactly.
follow up for the next. What is behind you?
I don't know what that was about. Hold on. I was trying to do something. Keep talking. Ignore me. Ignore me.
I think I just saw the top of Steve Harvey's like scalp in the background or something.
No, keep talking.
Okay, yeah, no, yeah. Sorry,
No clue
it's
what
the
you
funny
mean.
pills. It's the funny pills. Sorry.
Absolutely. Dude.
Why is it backwards?
Tell me you didn't just say that.
Why is it backwards?
King Booga.
I don't know. It's okay.
Oh, there we go. There we
Hey,
are.
look, I can still read it, dude. I can still read it.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
all right. Let's wrap this up.
I love how we can still see
No.
the face in the background ever so
Yeah,
slightly.
Chaywan's still chilling. See,
She's
that's
just
the
there.
camera picking her up. See, she's real.
Yep. She is not AI.
I can't wait.
swear.
I can't wait. I can't wait for one of these times where we have like one of these happening, and then like the poster in the background just gets up and walks away.
Yep.
I'd be
That'll be the
day.
I'd be tackling it, kissing it. That's what I'd be doing.
And you
kisses
get
the
mad at
screen every
me.
time she's there. I know, right? All right. Anyways, guys, that's about
All
enough.
right.
Hopefully we'll see you guys next week at 8:00 for our Pipe Bomb podcast, which I will correct after this goes.
Yeah, I like
up.
the podcast.
No, I like the
Um,
podcast better.
what are
I
you
think
gonna-
it's good.
You like the
I think it's
podcast?
awesome.
All right. No.
I
like
think it's
podcast.
awesome.
Anyways, but we hope you enjoyed this. Solus said he liked what he saw, so quite funny. Yeah, you take care, Mark. Thanks for coming.
See you, Mark.
and
Again,
like I
if
said,
you need a
hopefully
voice
Jake
actor,
will
call
be
me
with
up.
us next week. Oh Lord, you did not just do that.
Yes, I did.
Why?
Yes,
Anyways,
I did.
No, it's Steve. What he's got up
Well, Rick-
behind him.
Oh
Stop.
yeah,
Well, Ricky,
yeah.
Ew, that's my Chinese vampire man right behind him. But anyways,
that's my
we're gonna move on.
husband. What do you mean, man?
What do you mean, Vicky? There's nothing
Mark
behind
says
it.
fired. You're fired. I know, not anymore. Okay. Anyways, hopefully you guys can join us next week. And like I said, I'll announce it in my trivia time chat if you're not on my Instagram. If you are not on my Instagram, please make sure to check the links below of one of my live videos. There will be a link there to my Instagram, my X, and everything else. And that's about all we got for this week. So thank
Remember,
you, Steve.
ladies and gentlemen, she didn't say
And thank you,
mammogram.
Jake.
She said Instagram.
Hey.
One of us gonna get
Thank
it.
you, Fonzie. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Love you guys. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe.
Yeet.
Please
Yes.
stay happy and happy,
Yes.
healthy, and safe. God bless.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeet.